Marie Dressler became the third Canadian actress to collect the Best Actress Oscar for her performance in Min and Bill over Marlene Dietrich in Morocco, Irene Dunne in Cimarron, Anne Harding in Holiday, and Norma Shearer in her second consecutive nomination in A Free Soul. I am not a big fan of Marlene Dietrich as an actress because of her limited reach and movements. I recognize that she is a trailblazing icon and an ally of the LGBTQIA+ community, but her performances never astonished me. Her unnominated work in Blonde Venus the following year was phenomenal though. However, her sole nomination for Morocco is style over substance. Morocco is a lifeless love story of two people falling in love in the wrong place at the wrong time with two of the hottest actors of the early 1930s, Gary Cooper and Marlena. Her sole nomination captures everything I like and dislike about her as a thespian. She is ethereal and exotic, but also vapid and vacant. The infamous kissing scene stands out, but other than that, the film offers little to work with beyond her allure and mystique. She wants to give the impression that Amy has lived through a hard life, but her face is blank and disengaged. She and Gary are delightful to watch, but when they begin interacting, they talk but they do not communicate. Compared to her adequate work in The Blue Angel, her sole nomination feels more like a tribute to her persona than her performance. I am used to seeing Irene Dunne as a love interest in romantic comedies and dramas, so I was excited to see how she attacked the Academy's evergreen role for actresses, the supportive and suffering wife. Cimarron is a messy film, and Richard makes it even messier, so it is up to Irene to provide the human and emotional moments with grace and restraint. The film sidelines her in favor of Yancey's unbelievable heroism, making Irene's minuscule presence insignificant. I want her to desert Yancey after leaving their family periodically, but alas, she was obligated to be devoted to Yancey. Irene did what she could in her vanilla part. Her underacting is praiseworthy as it sharply contrasts with Richard's overacting, but her film holds her back.
As for myself, I can only thank you for the office you have conferred upon me. The women of Oklahoma have helped build the prairie wilderness into the state of today. The holding of public office by a woman is a natural step. I pledge you that I will do my best.
Comparing original and remake performances is inevitable as one will almost always be superior to another. Anne Harding's portrayal of Linda Seaton, the black sheep of the Seaton family who falls in love with her sister's fiancé, lacks the color and vibrancy of Katharine Hepburn in the remake 8 years later. Anne's misinterpretation of Linda makes her muted and reserved even if she is supposed to be the center of attraction and driving engine. She consistently underacts, but it drains Linda of charm and comedic bite. Anne exhibits Linda's frustrations in expressing her individuality well, but is unable to carry the film's narrative and emotional weight.
You always think people will come around. Not me. Not tonight. And I shan't be bothered here either. Because if there's one thing you can't stand, it's the scene. And if you interfere, I can promise you a beauty.
Linda, if you're not happy here, why don't you go away? I shall be very glad if next month you will take your maid and Miss Tucker.
All right, Father. That's just what I am going to do right after the wedding. But no maid.
More than anything, her work just makes me want to revisit the remake more. Norma Shearer once again inhabits a character out of her comfort zone that could have been played by Joan Crawford, a sexy but conflicted daughter with a restrained relationship with his alcoholic and emotionally unavailable father, and finds herself romantically entangled with her boring fiancé and one-dimensional gangster/pursuer. A Free Soul dedicates the majority of the story to Jan, but Norma is sometimes unsure of what to do with herself, paving the way for her co-star Lionel Barrymore to steal the show. She has flat chemistry with her leading men and lethargic energy that renders her work inconsistent, which is a shame because the role still offered a lot despite being been there, done that. I prefer watching Norma as the daughter rather than the love interest because it is off-putting seeing her try too hard to be sexy when she is not. She is riveting when Jan slaps Stephen for insulting her heartbreak when Stephen abandons her in the camp, and her courtroom outburst, but suddenly fizzles out when the scenes demand stronger acting. Watching her nosedive is frustrating given her recent win in the divorcee, but at least she gave Jan Ash a shot.
Was he able to protect you? To fight for you? To help you in any way at all? Yes or no?
Why, no.
Why not? Was it because he was so drunk that he couldn't protest or help you in any way?
Oh, please don't. Stop. My father taught me to stand on my own feet. That's all, nothing else. Just not to be a coward. But you see...
to find the witness the nature of evidence.
And if I got smashed up, it's my own fault, nobody else's. I knew what I was doing. My life was my own affair. I'm not trying to blame anybody for anything at all.
In Min and Bill, Marie plays Min Divot, a stalwart woman running a dockside inn who loves her adoptive daughter so much that she causes a ruckus when her prostitute mother returns to claim her.
And I'm going to tell you something. She's a swell kid, clean, loyal, even to an old sea cow like me. And I'm warning you, Bella, you ain't going to leave this room. I ain't? No, you ain't. You mean that?
One can argue that Min is a supporting and suffering girlfriend to Wallace Beery's Bill, but she has learned how to manage her tough life and business. Unlike the female characters of this era, who are reliant on their love interests, Min can stand with or without a man in her life. She is practical, temperamental, and abrasive when she sees her adoptive daughter Nancy with people who do not deserve her because she does not want her to end up like her mother or even Min. I like Marie because she is unafraid to be unflattering and unsympathetic. Marie is equally uproarious in externalizing her happiness and anger, but also capable of hushing it up when needed. She is a real force of nature, towering not only over her co-stars but also her co-nominees, even if she overcooks her emotions and almost transforms into a sumo wrestler in her fight scenes. It is apparent she loves Nancy and wants Nancy to transcend her, but I wish Marie modulated her hysterical approach and reacted more to Nancy's men and naive decisions with maturity. It is interesting how Min expresses her love for Nancy to other people than when they are together. Luckily, the final 10 minutes of the film give Marie moments of sincere subtlety after she killed Nancy's mother and quietly resigns to her fate upon witnessing Nancy finally living the life she deserves. Marie's win served as a tribute not only to her unusual career, but also to older and unglamorous actresses and their frequently overlooked contributions in an unforgiving industry.